Welcome to the Chasing Brighter podcast,
the podcast created as a guide to make midlife the best life.
Are you ready to embrace the next chapter of your life with confidence and excitement? Your best life is just a listen away.
Hey, Kelly, how are you doing today?
Jess, I am doing okay. How are you doing? How's everything in your life?
I'm doing well. I don't know if people are supposed to be doing this or whatever, but what are your thoughts on sending out a save the date for high school graduation? Is that a crazy thing to do, or is that something I should be doing?
So I think if there are people that you want to fly in to come and attend, I would give them a heads up about when the graduation is and maybe even what your plan is for your party. So I'm assuming that you're going to have a party the same day as the graduation, or you know what I mean? Like, hey, Gabby graduates on X day. We're targeting to have a party at Y. Just giving you a heads up in case you can make it. I don't think it has to be anything formal.
Is really cool at our school that they've done, and I think that's the reason why, is because they announce when the graduation is like almost a year in advance, and then they continue to send out reminders. Isn't that awesome?
Yes, it is. I'm trying to look
they
to
have
see.
Like a senior doc.
I have it on my
in your calendar?
On my calendar, and I am going to Wes will be off school. So
our graduation
I'm tempted to have Wes and I fly out for that.
They have, it's like a senior document that's ever changing. We get a weekly senior email. And then she says, go to this link for the senior newsletter. And then you click and it's always telling you go to news, you go to senior. And then that's how you find like what's kind of happening all the time. And because there's so much like cap and gown, all these dates, and like Gabby has to take the civics exam and we had to order the cap and gown. And then look, I have a graduation slideshow information form. Oh, we had to do that. Gabby had to fill that out. So it's, in June. But our school will be over before that. But it's when we're able to get the location, right? Because I think they've moved it from our school auditorium to, it's Lee's Family Forum by my house, Kelly. That's what they called it. Was where the Silver Knights play.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Dollar Loan Center, but now it's Lee's Family Forum. So anyway, and it's not like I just want to give, it's not like I need everyone there, but you want to give an opportunity. What if our aunts and uncles want to come? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of want to let everybody know ahead of time in case it's something they want to do. So what are your thoughts, do you think, on that?
I think if whoever you want to invite, give them a heads up.
Yeah.
And just say there's no pressure. But I think because you live in a destination place, that sometimes people want a reason to come celebrate something.
Absolutely.
And so if you want to extend the invitation to whoever, I think that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, we do. A lot of our aunts and uncles are retired now, and if they want to come.
That's what I totally agree. I just feel like it's like a lot of people say, oh, we want to come again. Like people wanted to gamble. That's why it wasn't stressful when we had family coming over the holidays, because when we had tournaments, because it's like, I know people want to gamble and go to casinos and go do things or see a show. Michael and Jen and Uncle Art and Pam, everybody went to the Sphere and saw The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Did you hear back from them?
No, but I need to touch base with Gabby's boyfriend because he went the same day too, and I'm so jealous and I want to go. And I think we should just book. Tickets.
I really wanted to go over Thanksgiving. I just feel like we had so much going on, but I really wanted. So my client went when I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago, and he was like, it was all right. Like it wasn't like a rave review. So I would be curious.
Touch base to see. Then now I have to follow up and see. Here's the other thing. The Wizard of Oz, we're from Kansas. It's kind of a thing. If you're from Kansas, number one. Number two, didn't our grandmother absolutely love that show and we watched it over and over again? Or am I just making up childhood memories? Didn't Grandma Millie love Wizard of Oz? Didn't we watch it all the
I
time?
don't know, but I do not care for the Wizard of Oz movie myself. And so I love so me personally, I don't like the darkness at the time or whatever, but I absolutely love.
You mean that's black and white? Or
No.
emotionally
dark?
No,
the witch and the monkeys and all that stuff was super creepy to me. But I love the music. I love the creativity of going from black and white to color. That's such a wonderful film from like a film fan perspective. So and also being from Kansas, I'm like, it was like so many references growing up about Wizard of Oz. But I would love to hear how that show is.
Well, I was
because we have a personal,
so it doesn't,
connection.
It doesn't hold a spot in your heart. But I was going to say because it holds a spot in my heart, because I am from Kansas and all the references, and I swear Grandma Millie loved it, but I might be making this up.
I don't know. I know like Grandma Millie loved
special.
The Sound of Music.
Sound of Music,
is one of my faves now too.
Yeah, but anyway, so the just coming to Vegas, preparing for graduations, all the things, I don't know. So that was my question on parenting.
I think it's funny because speaking of save the date, so we're going to a wedding in Mexico City for Brian's family. And we received a save the date back in September. Mm-hmm. And it was like save the date. And it was just like the day of the wedding. And so it gave us we kind of knew that there was going to be this and we were waiting for the invitation. But like, I think what was weird about it was the date for the wedding was a Monday. And so when I got this save the date, I didn't want to like reach out to the couple to be like, hey, like, what does that mean? What's the before and after and all that stuff, right? And then once we got the invitation, there was nothing else on it. And then when you RSVP'd, it was like it took you through this workflow and it was like, are you available this day? How many will be attending this party? How many be attending this other thing? So it's like, so they do have a bunch of other stuff planned because it was kind of like a destination wedding. But I wasn't sure like how that was going to play out.
Yeah.
And so the other part was I think I had already looked for flights before we RSVP'd. There was something about that coordination where I was like, well, I'm not going to change something is at like 4:00 and we land at like 1:00.
Right.
And I was like, well, I'm not going to change my travel plans because everything else logistically, this was the only time that could work. So I don't know.
Yeah. But I am trying to drop hints for my children to have destination weddings. And so did you want to do one? We were just like, our dad was like, you have to be married in the church or you're dead to me. That was the vibe I got when I was engaged.
After I was married, I had long said for many years that if I did it again, I would have done a destination.
Yeah.
There's something about we talk about this, like being able to spend quality time with family and friends is like really important to us.
Right.
And so the idea of having a weekend long or like a many days long time with family and friends sounds very lovely. And so I think it just depends on what's important to you. Some people want to be a huge party where family can invite all kinds of other people as like a way to celebrate and share a moment. That's not destination, right? That's something else. So I think you just have to figure out what's important to you on that side.
Like both. When I think of destination, I think of like just a very small amount of people going.
Yes. Yeah.
And then coming back and having a big party. So
that's
both,
definitely
but
an
not
option
like
too.
a dinner, not serving. You know what I mean? Just having a lot of people. I remember Mom and Dad years ago went to Julie's sister's Angie's wedding, and it was appetizers, and they were kind of like, "Ooh, this is crazy. There's not a sit-down dinner," and they raved and raved about how amazing it was. Just that it was like a cocktail hour with appetizers, and just kind of keeping it like a little simpler. And also, my children don't ever need to get married. I don't care. I just want to put that out there.
Well, I think that
to
reference, I believe, was a second marriage of one of them, wasn't it? Or not? Or like older? They got married when they were
I don't
older.
No, he was older. He was a lot older than her, but
I
that
think
was not his. That was his first wedding.
we're in this season of remarriedness, or like people who are marrying late in life, and I think that is a very different vibe too. My girlfriend Michelle, a couple of years ago, it was a week-long wedding in Costa Rica. It was like 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
And it was a couple that they were friends with who had been married previously. It was like a Brady Bunch family. And they decided they were just going to invite close family and close friends. And they rented a house in Costa Rica, fully equipped with like a chef and all this amazing stuff. And they just did this long
Is what
trip.
I have a friend here that would like to get married, and I'm like, why don't you just get a giant Airbnb and have people like help with the costs? Like, you can get a beautiful mansion Airbnb and offer it up to whoever wants to stay there to pony up and pay for the room. So basically it's paid for.
Yeah, that's a
and
great
then have
idea
your wedding there. Because here we have, everywhere there are like mansions. But no, that sounds like so much fun. Maybe you and I just need to do, a sister's trip, and we'll just start visiting all the destinations. We don't even need a wedding. Let's just start going to
We're just going to scope
places
out in case anybody's ready.
Yeah, start planning. What's that called? Location scouts?
Mm-hmm.
We'll just be location
like site
scouts.
visits.
Absolutely. But I feel like, I don't know if it's me and my brain falling out or whatever, but I don't even know how to summarize this episode because I feel like we've been all over the place. I don't even know if we have focus.
So we were just talking kind of about like, it's almost like protocols of stuff. You were asking about save the date for graduation.
Right.
And, I think you have to, any of these, I'm sure there's a certain, it sort of feels weird because I do feel like formal protocols of stuff kind of have gone to the wayside. And I don't think that means that there's a like lack of manners, but it's more about being intentional with what you want to do and why you want to do it, and know that you're coming from this place of like love and kindness, right? Whatever that is, whatever feels right, I don't know. That sounds very like
no, that's
hippie.
a good one. You did that without ChatGPT, so I'm very impressed that you wrapped that up in a tidy bow.
Thanks for listening today.
If you loved today's episode, share with a friend. Are you ready to chase brighter days ahead? Subscribe to Chasing Brighter now, and let's embark on this exciting journey together.